Hello everyone, welcome to bisptrainings.com. My name is Sumit and the topic for today's video is how to display carousel messages on homepage. So what exactly do I mean by carousel messages? You must have seen on various websites or on various web pages some text or some images will be auto rotation mode. So same kind of functionality I would like to add on my Visualforce page or on my Salesforce homepage, so that as soon as my sales manager or my sales representative he logged in into his Salesforce registration, he will be able to see the deals successfully closed deals on the home page. Or so first let's understand more about carousel messages and then we'll see how to implement it. So Carousel is a mechanism for giving viewer of a web page access to a number of content items. For examples, the messages, news stories, and images via a single element on the page. They are usually implemented as sliding or rotating horizontal panel where the content is updated after a set period of time. So let's take an example here. As you can see here, that's my Salesforce interface. And when I clicked on my home page, being a sales administrator, being a sales manager, I would like to know that how many opportunities have been closed successfully and what's the amount has been generated out of that. So you can see these are the successfully closed opportunity, who is the owner, which owner has closed the opportunity, and how much revenue has been generated after this deal, after this closed deal. And you can see it's an auto updated message. I'm not clicking anywhere, so it's refreshing automatically after a few seconds. So I just wanted to implement the same kind of functionality in my application by using carousel messages. So to implement the same functionality, I'm going to log in into a different login ID. I'll just logged out from here and logged in into a different registration just to demonstrate you. So I'm logging into a new Salesforce registration, and here the first thing we need to do is we need to download a BX slider for the same. Basically, BX slider is a jQuery interface which can be used to implement the same kind of functionality. So you can see it's a responsive jQuery content slider. So this BX slider will help us to complete our functionality. So you can see here we are getting the options to move to slide from one page to another. So same kind of functionality we can implement, but I don't want these controls. I don't want the text should be automatically updated. For this we need to download and save this BX slider on our system. So I have already downloaded it and stored on my desktop as a jQuery.bx slider. Then I need to add this jQuery.bx slider as a static resource on my system. So I add it on my static resources and click on new. I'll just give a name as bx slider. Choose the file from the desktop, name as jQuery, open and save it. Once it is done, we start the implementation. So the first thing I need to check is whether I'm in a development mode or not. So I switch to the advanced user details and check for the development mode. So the development mode is not enabled right now because I want to create a Visualforce page by using the URL interface. So I click on development mode and save it. And now I can use the URL functionality to create a new Visualforce page. So I create here epics slash So I create this page, a Visualforce page, And in this Visual Force page, I start the implementation. So I will remove the existing code and I specify here controller and give a controller name banner controller. I'll set the sidebar is equal to false, and also I set the tab style is equal to opportunity. I need to include the bx slider library. So for that I specify apex colon include script value equal to double quotes bracket and exclamation sign URL for $sign resource dot bx slider comma jQuery dot bx slider dot min dot js. We are going to take the help of jQuery here because as you know that by using jQuery we can implement the animations, we can apply the validations on the client side. So one more library I need to include, but for that library I need to include the jQuery library. Now we can include the jQuery directly by copying into our web resource, or we can include the jQuery by using some API. So here I'm using Google API, and in this Google API the jQuery 1.8.3 version is already copied over there, so I'm going to use this path for the same. And then I create one apex colon page block. Within this apex colon page block I create one unordered list, and I give one ID to this. ID is equal to slider 1, and within this unordered list I create list item slash list item, and within this list, okay, apex colon repeat, and this will go within this list item because we are going to repeat the items. So I'll just set the alignment for the same so that it will be easy understand. And we have got repeat, and now I set the properties to the same. So I'll just set the properties and add the values to it. So here you can see I specify list item style text align center, width is 280 px, height is 150 px, and in this list items I add the values. Like first I'm going to display the opportunity amount, opp.name, opp.owner name, and opp.close date in different fonts. Now this opp.name and opp, basically this opp is coming from our controller. So I'll specify here repeat. This will be getting the value from oops and where is equal to opp. So this oops we need to specify in our controller. So I'll save it, and first of all we need to create a controller. So I create this banner controller, and within this banner controller I create this get oops function or method, and this get oops method, this will be a list type because it will be going to return multiple values opportunity, and instead of return null I write SOQL query here, select ID comma name comma amount comma owner dot name comma close date from opportunity order by created date comma amount DESC limit So it will return only 5 records, the recent 5 records which will be created. CREA date. So you can see we are getting the values. We are getting the recent value, but it's not coming in the way which as we required, because we need to make some changes into it. So what changes do we need? What changes are required here? So after this page block, I'm going to add a script. I'm going to add a script after this. So after this page block, I'll just add a script here. Script slash script, and within this script I specify dollar document dot ready. This is for the current document. Function bracket and curly round bracket, uh, and then dollar dot bx slider, and in this I'm going to specify the ID slider 1. So I specify here hash slider 1, and I specify the properties. Like first of all, I set auto set to true, controls I set to false. I don't want any controls, automatic controls. Mode is equal to fade. Pause is for 8000 millisecond is to 8 seconds, and pager I set to false. And now when we save it, so now you can see it's working perfectly fine, and the text will be changing. Right now it's showing United Oil plant, United Oil emergency generator. It was closed on 5/1/2016, and the revenue generated was this much, and it will change after every seconds. Now I would like to add this on my home page, on users home page. So to do that, we need to do some settings. So first of all, I'll switch to my settings, personal, and disable the development mode, because if you are not going to disable the development mode, you will not get the exact output. So I disable the development mode, and I uncheck this, disable that, save it, and now click on setup to display the item on the home page. Customize home page component. This will be a new custom component, so I click on new, next. I give a name to that, closed deals, Visual Force area, next, and the name is the display opportunity. That's the name of the Visual Force page which we are creating right now, and I would like to display it on the wide right column. And height in pixel, I'll set 280 pixels or 250 pixel as required, and save it. The component is created. Now we need to add these component on the home page. So I click on home page layout, edit the existing one, the default home page layout, edit it, and you will see a component will be added here, a close deals. Check this, click on next. In the next section we can change its position. I want to move this close deal before calendar, so I move this up, click on save, and click on home page. That's all. So I click on home, And if you scroll down, you can see the expected output. So you can see the section, the data will be refreshing at a specific duration, at the specific interval of time or a specific duration, the data will be refreshing. So that's how we can display a carousel message on the home page of a users in Salesforce. That's all in this video. If you have any queries, if you have any questions, you can write to us on www.bisptrainings.com. You can subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos on Salesforce. Keep watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.